Greetings people, how's it going? Person with glasses here. Today we're gonna take a closer look at Mars for Me, the ongoing sales that they have, the game that they developed, the fact that you can play on your own land now, and also some of the recent announcements where, for example, you can drive around in the game in your own Cybertruck. That being said, because they have their own token and they sell NFTs and in-game assets, it's not financial advice, obviously. I'm just here to give you a better overview of what the game is about, what they've done so far, and you know, maybe you want to try it out. It's free to download, free to play, and maybe it's something for you. Everything is included in the description down below when it comes to all the links. Also, within the shop, you can get a 30% discount on any of the items if you use this code over here. And with that being said, let's start with the token. They sit around a $5 million market cap with over 60% in circulating supply at the moment, and you can get the token on ETH or on BNB. They're also listed on MaxC and KuCoin, and I would say let's watch the trailer in the background so I can show you in more detail of what they actually do. So, they take pretty much the entire Mars. They have the images from NASA available, NASA, whatever. So based on real life imagery of Mars, they created the entire map you can play on. There's specific land in there, you can have different rovers, different machinery, you can build. You have an entire planet, as you could say, connected to a Web3 play-to-earn game with their own token and vehicles and so on and so forth. Then for the vehicles that you can use to drive around, they got the Cybertruck, for example, where you can go in, drive around the entire surface of Mars in there, have limited edition NFTs, exclusive NFT drops. And one of the great things behind it is that the team that works on this, for the management as well as the marketing and some of the developers, have been completely doxed, so you know exactly who is doing it, why are they working on this, what experience do they bring to the whole project. And if you want to explore, survive and build on Mars, you can simply download the game, available for Windows as well as OS. And for the game dashboard, you can already see there are a whole bunch of things available when it comes to setting up your account, your character, and everything that has to do with that once you connected your wallet. 7 months ago on the YouTube channel, they also showed the sneak peek for the multiplayer sandbox alpha. It's a combination of, you have the entire Mars as your surface area, you can build within that with different domes and houses and structures and so on and so forth. There's a whole shooting game aspect to it as well. And what they're gonna announce fairly soon is this part over here, where they will have a shooter-based version of their game, which will launch on Steam as far as I know. They have the teaser for that already, where they have Capture the Flag, they have a couple other modes as well, and already built with the original idea behind the game an additional version of it, which will then be a standalone shooter game that is going to be available on Steam. So even if you have nothing to do with crypto, this could be a game that you might quite enjoy. Now we had fun, we looked at the gameplay, and we know that the pre-registration is open on sites like Remix Play, for example, which is also already on the Epic Games Store, where if you want to, you can add that to your wish list. But now, after we had fun, let's look into some of the more technical details behind it. The token, for example. The Mars token can be bought on those exchanges up there, as well as decentralized exchanges, and can be staked on KuCoin, but the pool is closed, as well as on SushiSwap for almost 80% APY and 170% plus APY if you stake for land NFTs. And what are the land NFTs? What do they sell? What do they have? When you purchase something in the store, like a land NFT, you get a certain APY percentage, like 131%, 175 or 197%, with a certain reward value attached to it. But for that, you will need to have a land. How do you get one? You get them up here on the site where they got a vehicle, land, 3D Explorer, colonist, as well as Mars Mask NFTs, fixed supply of 99,888, and you can increase your earnings with in-game NFTs such as vehicles and others. Players that own a land plot NFT will be able to interact with those NFTs in the Mars 3D game. So landowners who own a mining vehicle will be able to ride it, mine resources, and use the rest of the in-game function to generate the token, generate some in-game currency, sell it for profit. That's how I would assume some of the gameplay loops in here work. If we sort by different categories, you can have legendary, epic, as well as classic rarities when it comes to certain NFTs. For example, for vehicles, you can fly around, you can drive around, you can have a legendary truck, even the Mad Beetle over here, with a bunch of different stats attached to it, like sandstorm protection, radiation protection, max speed, off-roading, and more. For that, you get like a full 3D view on how it looks like. And then as mentioned, they also got lands. We can buy 2 slots of lands or 6 slots of lands, where 2 lands are 0.05 ETH if we round up, which right now would be $170-ish. And if you want to get a 30% discount code on that, you can simply type in Melos with a 30 behind it, and then you can see right there how much you would save, which makes the price for 2 slots of lands about $120-ish, depending on the day as it is transacted in ETH. On there, you can earn passive income by receiving a percentage of the Mars for ecosystem incomes, turning land ownership into planetary shareholding. Not bad, not bad. You can sell it in the future for more, of course, as everything is limited in here, which then means that the land value over time increases the more and more players join the game and want to benefit from that. And for that, 20% from in-game ads and sponsorships get paid out to land holders. Same with NFT sales, 20% for business-to-business land sales, in-game resources and transaction fees, land sales as well, and then even 80% for marketplace transaction fees. There have been over 60,000 lands sold so far, with 5,800 different land owners, so the average person bought 10. If you were to buy 10, you would spend like 0.18 ETH, roughly, which translates to about $620, I think, right now. And if almost 6,000 people before you did that, maybe there's a reason why. Speaking of which, they mentioned on top that they sell lands to their partners and other businesses, right? Including Polygon, Alluvium, X21, and all the other ones mentioned over here. If my count is correct, that is 45 so far, which also includes Gate.io. We saw in one of the videos on the YouTube channel that KuCoin as well builds on there. And when you start the game, they got pretty much everything covered on here as well, with every single tutorial, like how to lift the building without messing it up, how to use modifying devices, how to provide electricity to machines. And if you ever played like survival type games, then you probably enjoy it. I don't want to put this into like one category like, did you play Ark Survival? It's like that. Did you play Rust? It's like that. Because obviously there are a bunch of nuances to it, lots of other gameplay elements, but I would say watch some of the videos first, and then if it fits your style, download and play. They also have a leaderboard behind it, where you can see the top builders as well as top miners, as well as all top players with their productivity score, their own game items, owned lands, and overall they're slowly but surely growing the community. I think they had over 200,000 players playing the game already. They had 80,000 plus followers on Twitter, like 30-40k in Telegram as well, and also their Discord community. Lots of updates happening every single week, with more and more partnerships being announced to enhance the quality, the game experience. The team is also hiring at the moment, so more and more people get onboarded. The game was also designed using Unreal Engine 4, has moved to Unreal Engine 5 since then, and they're drawing inspiration from EVE Online's player-driven marketplace. If you never played EVE or heard of that, probably one of the longest ongoing online games with lots of history behind it. And if they make something similar to that, good job. The initial market cap was 1.4 mil when it came out. Now we're at like 4.8, as we mentioned earlier, over here. And simply based on quality when it comes to the game, you never know how high things can go, but Alluvium, for example, peaked at 1 point something billion, was it 1.8? 1.2 over there, before they even had a game. That was simply based on hype. And now that they're developing the games more and more, they're like 400 something mil. Now I wouldn't say it's too far-fetched that this can at least double in value roughly, but we'll see how that plays out in the future. The roadmap from 2022 until now pretty much says do all of this, make it happen, and progress during the bear market and build, which they did, and they built everything. And now with all of this stuff done, like 100 different points in here, all the different checkpoints and milestones reached, they're now at this stage in Q1 of this year, where the quality gets increased for everything, the experience is made better, minigame improvements, deals for partners, the next version of multiplayer being released next quarter, the standalone shooter game as they mentioned, and more over time. Keep in mind, as they say themselves, the game demo is live, so you can try that, play it if you want to. But it doesn't mean it's fully fledged and it's the perfect thing without any issues or bugs. It's just there for you to try out so far. Now for the whole gameplay behind it, once you land on the planet, it's going to look something like that. Depending on the plot of land you spawn on, if you have your own plot of land and so on and so forth. You get your menu, you get your different items, interactable things. I would simply say, because it's completely free to play, and there's nothing to lose but maybe like 3 minutes of your time, try it out. In the worst case, you don't like it, uninstall, done. In the best case, you find something you genuinely enjoy. They're still in their early stages, you know, market cap less than 5 mil, but they got all the partners on board. They built during the bear market, they got high quality, if I were to say so, and already got 200,000 people playing the game. There are a bunch of green flags here, I would say. So if we look into the future perspective of what the next couple years bring, in a bull run that is gaming focused, could go well. Now I don't want to say 100x potential because I think it's cringe, to be honest, but based on the proven track record, this can go quite well in the next year. If you want to try it out or just join the community, links to everything in the description down below. Everything is free. If you want to buy an NFT though, links to that down below as well. You can use code MELOS30 in order to buy some and you get a 30% discount. And I'd say, let me know what else you would like to see, because we can do more gaming focused things. We can do more airdrops focused things. Let me know. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and until next time, take care.